Hey, we'll do it, y'all. Swish Entertainment putting y'all tuned to all y'all favorite rappers and celebrities alike. But first, I need a little favor done for y'all first. Please like, comment, subscribe to this video, hit that notification bell as well. That we your search the channel and push on tuned to this story. Now today we'll once again be talking about the New York rapper known as A$AP Rocky. This man had finally been the recipient of his verdict in court this Tuesday on the date of February 18th. A$AP Rocky was found as not guilty and appeared to be quite joyful as he had jumped into the arms of his loved ones, including Rihanna. Superstar pop singer Rihanna, shortly following the decision having been made, decided to put out public comments on her IG platform saying the glory belongs to God and God alone. Thankful, humbled by his mercy. A$AP Rocky's accuser and former friend going by the name of Efron, who is mainly known as A$AP Relly, had taken to his public platform to speak on the outcome of his case. So no surprise, A$AP Relly was met with a hail of criticism and hate for having testified against A$AP Rocky, making claims that he had discharged his firearm at him and shot him in his hand. The slew of hate and disdainful comments had been directed at A$AP Relly, even prior to A$AP Rocky having been decided as not guilty in court. A$AP Relly was even referred to as a snitch by many, and somebody that worked with the paparazzi will end up questioning A$AP Relly as he had left a courthouse following a court trial. A$AP Relly, in response to him being questioned about being perceived as a snitch, would say, "Would you be a snitch if somebody shot at you?" This interaction had taken place in late January on the 29th this year. So A$AP Relly earlier today will put out a public response to the criticisms and hate speech being hurled his way, saying gossiping is a form of entertainment for people who have no meaningful goals or purpose in life. Hate me, bring shame to my name, say bad things about me, I don't care. Your existence doesn't add any value in my life. So based off of A$AP Relly's comments, he wants to let the public know that he is not worried about any criticisms or forms of hate speech that are being directed his way. He also refers to the ridicule that he is receiving as gossip, which holds no purpose other than to serve as a form of entertainment. The former friend of A$AP Rocky ended off conveying that those that are stating his name have no real impact on his life. Efron, or A$AP Relly as many know him, had testified in late January going into February, accusing A$AP Rocky of having threatened his life and will proceed to shooting him 3 to 4 times. Now, the altercation between both A$AP Rocky and A$AP Relly had went down on the day of November 6th in the year 2021. A$AP Relly had alleged that his former friend A$AP Rocky was able to convince him to meet up at the location known as Selma Avenue and Argyle Avenue, which is in the Hollywood section of Los Angeles. The two former friends had the intentions of settling their dispute and speaking on their differences. A$AP Relly also claims that A$AP Rocky, upon having met up with him, had 2 men alongside him. During their conversation, it had escalated, in which A$AP Rocky would end up drawing his firearm and would shoot 3 to 4 shots at A$AP Relly. A$AP Relly next had stated that he was grazed in the finger as he had fled the scene. He would later end up returning to the scene of the alleged crime and says that he had recovered bullet shell casings, which would serve as a legitimate explanation as police law enforcement had made the claim that they were unable to retrieve any evidence from the location that A$AP Relly claims that he was shot at. Following this alleged incident having transpired and A$AP Relly having made a police report, A$AP Rocky would be apprehended in the month of April in the following year. Specifically on the date of April 20th in the year of 2022, A$AP Rocky would end up landing in Los Angeles at an airport along with his baby mother and girlfriend Rihanna as they had returned from a vacation in Barbados. Now, despite the New York rapper A$AP Rocky having been decided as not guilty by the majority of the jury, one juror had decided to maintain her stance, voicing her belief that there was a possibility that A$AP Rocky could have committed a crime. A freelance journalist going by the name of Nicola Claire had consulted the juror member that had voiced her opinion, claiming that a jury made up of 7 women and 5 men had stated that they were of the belief that the firearm in A$AP Rocky's possession was real. A$AP Rocky's lawyer Joe Tacopina had made the claim that the firearm that was in A$AP Rocky's possession at the time that he had allegedly fired at A$AP Relly was actually a prop gun used to scare away A$AP Relly. This juror can be quoted as saying, "Unfortunately, they didn't have enough evidence to convict on the charges that were handed down to us." The juror had also said, kind of a little mysterious the way it disappeared and they couldn't produce it as evidence. So with this juror having said this, it appears that the court of law were unable to retrieve the firearm that was used in the alleged crime. Mind you, security camera footage of both A$AP Rocky and A$AP Relly getting into a scuffle and A$AP Rocky having drawn his gun was provided as evidence in court. However, the entirety of the alleged crime was not on camera, as some scenes did not appear in view. The juror had also stated that she is of the belief that A$AP Relly had felt that his life was in danger. However, the jury had determined that A$AP Relly's testimony was both flawed and had contained fabrications. A$AP Rocky's lawyer Joe Tacopina also made sure to assess the jurors' belief that A$AP Rocky could have been guilty of his alleged crimes. Joe Tacopina has specifically said, "The system obviously worked, this is only one juror, but she focused on the lack of evidence and reasonable doubt, which is where we focus our defense. She also mentioned that the jury's first vote was immediately 10 for not guilty, which is why they took only 3 hours. Now, when looking into Joe Tacopina's statements, he had claimed that both him and A$AP Rocky's legal team were defensive of the lack of evidence that were provided in this case. Joe Tacopina had also made it known that he had consulted 3 other jury members, in which they had said that the decision made regarding A$AP Rocky's verdict wasn't even close. Joe Tacopina also stated that the 3 jurors were supportive of the belief that A$AP Rocky had a prop gun on his person at the alleged scene of the crime. Now, the rapper was charged with 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and if he was found guilty of these 2 felony counts, then he would have served 24 years in prison. But yeah, that's cool. Capos video, let me know what y'all think in the comments. What do you think of A$AP Rocky having been found is not guilty in this case? Were you anticipating this verdict, or did you expect a different outcome? Are you all to believe that A$AP really is not impacted by the reception that he is getting for having lost his battle in court, or do you guys think that it is affecting him? Let all of me know in the comments, y'all. That's gonna do it. I'm out.